Evening. I've come to you tonight to talk to you about miracles that happen in the world today. The most prevalent miracle that we're going to talk about first is salvation. As a person gives his life to Christ, this is the miracle that God gave us with Christ on the cross. This is the miracle that is most prevalent in the Bible today, that God would love us so much that he would send his son Jesus on the cross to die for us. And through confession of sin, and also the acceptance of Christ into your life, then that miracle of salvation occurs, and that's the most prevalent miracle today. Then we have the promise that God gave us through Jesus. Jesus said in the Bible that we would do greater miracles than what he had done. That occurred in John, if I'm not mistaken. And Jesus was very animate. John 14:13 states that whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son, you may ask anything in my name and I will do it. So we can perform miracles through Christ and through faith in him. And that was Jesus' promise in the Bible as well. The biblical view of miracles, it basically is God glorifying himself through us and through the miracles that occur in the Bible. It also shows God's power and his sovereignty in the world. And that's the whole reason why God, in my opinion, and through biblical research, that he performs miracles, is because that he wants to show his sovereignty, he wants to show his power, he wants to show that he is sovereign. One of the largest miracles that occur in the Bible, obviously, is the resurrection of Christ. That same power that we have in us today through the salvation miracle is also the power that raised Christ from the dead and allowed us to have the opportunity to have fellowship with God and have fellowship with him through salvation. Now I'm going to cover the atheistic view of miracles, and unfortunately they view miracles as just chance happenings, things that occur purely by coincidence, purely by chance, that they're not something that there could be a God that could possibly perform these things, that there's no greater power or greater deity that could take care of this. Matt McCormick in his paper in 2007 writes that there doesn't need to be a God for physical laws to be broken. He quotes Carl Sagan in calling it the Texas sharpshooter fallacy. In other words, you take a shot at a barn, then draw a bullseye around it, and that somehow that's how miracles occur. It's just coincidence or sheer accident. As we well know, because of what the Bible promises and the inerrant Word of God, we realize that this is not the case, that God does have a plan. And in the author of this presentation, I was part of a miracle myself as I watched my son, who had been pronounced brain dead, come back to life through God's sheer power and his grace. I watched my son, who couldn't talk, move, or even speak, or even get out of bed, by the sheer grace of God and power of prayer, he was brought back to life and is basically today whole because of the power of God. There was no magic medicine, no magic pill that they could give. They had pronounced him brain dead. They had basically given us 7 days to 10 days to make a decision of whether or not we were going to pull the plug on the life support and allow him to die. And God, by his grace, his mercy, and a sheer miracle, allowed him to live. This subject is very close to the author's heart, very close to very, very close to home. miracles occur every day. I think the biggest reason why miracles are not noticed is surely because of the technology, and things become old hat. And after doing the research in this presentation, and after looking through the biblical texts and reading and researching, miracles happen almost every day on a daily basis, and we just have to look for them. We have to keep our eyes open and our ears open to God's voice and His Word, and to see what He has in store for us. I thank you for watching this presentation, and have a tremendous evening.